Academics. Academics. When you gonna grow up? When you gonna grow up? Not only when you gonna grow up, when are you gonna listen to sound advice? Good advice. Now we just seen you on Gilly and Wallow $1 million worth of game. And they told you, listen, it's all good being a man and standing up for yourself. But when you start antagonizing situations and instigating and making situations worse and being an element of somebody who you aren't, turning into the tough guy that you aren't, it's one thing to be a civilian, but it's another to come off with an energy where it's like, you got to see somebody. You got to see this person. There's consequences to the way that you act. They told you that, right? You didn't want to listen. You wanted to over talk like it was your podcast. You didn't want to listen to sound advice that OGs give you. You got to be ready for everything. So yeah, as y'all know, we seen Akademiks. Akademiks went on the Fresh and Fit podcast. They're always together. You know, they always doing content together. They seem to mesh very well. We seen Akademiks on there, and you know, the way they got it set up, man, they always got like 9, 10 women around them. You know, they like to talk about, you know, high value men and, you know, all that stuff. That's not really my type of thing, but, you know, I appreciate what they do. I know they're good at it, and hey, it is what it is. So we seen Akademiks, him and the young lady, they going back and forth. The young lady, don't get me wrong, the young lady was crazy and she was in the wrong. But for whatever reason, the lady said she gotta go, you know, tend to her kid. I respect it as a nigga with 2 kids. She said she gotta go, right? Akademiks, I guess they had like a back and forth already. I only seen the clip. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow, but for what I'm talking about, you don't need to see the whole thing. So Akademiks said, oh, you got a kid out of wedlock. She got triggered. She decided to stay. She's going back and forth with him. She's saying, well, you're obese, gluttony, and, you know, you got your own sins that you do, right? They go back and forth. Clearly, Shawty's getting out of control. But Akademiks, as a 30-year-old man, decides to, you know, I feel like he decided to instigate the situation. He goes, you know, he ends up telling her he could get a girl to whoop her ass, and she's a bitch ass hoe. All kind of disrespectful stuff, you know. He from Jersey, he Jamaican. I'm not sure if that's how they talk to their women, but I know coming from Georgia, coming from Gwinnett County, the Atlanta area, and from the South, I got parents, I got grandparents from Alabama. We weren't taught to talk to women like that. Plus, if you ever been into it with a woman like that, you just know that it's gonna go left. It's gonna go left. You're never gonna win in that type of situation with a woman. So that's the reason why I say, Akademiks, it's on you as the man. You're probably the older person between them two. You gotta learn to have some kind of self-control. Now, I see his fans, and I see it all the time too. Akademiks, you drink heavy. I drink too, right? I'm not gonna say I'm a saint, but at the same time, that liquor don't turn me into somebody else. Akademiks get on that liquor, and his attitude gets a little heavy. I think he's been influenced by 6ix9ine, you know. But as you see, there's consequences to your actions. Shawty pulled out the blicky. Yes, Shawty had a gun. She pulled out a gun. He said it on his Instagram this morning. I watched it live when it happened. He said she pulled out a gun. She cocked it back. He said he did some stupid shit. Now that he can look at it, he walked up on her and said, do it. Because he had Myron, who's part of the Fresh and Fit podcast. He's an ex federal agent, and his security had the blicky also. For me, that's not enough. That's stupid. For me, my thing is, bro, do you not realize that you're relying on somebody else to shoot her when she already got the gun? You don't have a gun. He's like, oh, it's Florida. Listen, you walking up on her, especially her being a woman, you walking up on her, telling her to do it, this, that, and the third, that can be seen as stand your ground. I'm not saying she wasn't gonna go to jail, but she might have got off. I just think, when are you gonna be mature? And I love Akademiks, bro. I'm one of his biggest supporters, bro. I'm not one of them niggas who be like, oh, the war in Chirac. Listen, I respect what he does. I respect his hustle. I respect his business. But I'm gonna call a spade the same way he calls a spade a spade. I seen him on Instagram Live. He lacked accountability. He would not talk about what he did for the most part. Akademiks, you are too old to be acting like that. You talking about I could get somebody to come beat your ass. You calling her all type of bitch asses. You standing up with the mic in your hand. You going off on her. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's not how you talk to women, bro. And we know Shawty was going crazy. Listen, she's 100% wrong, but you 100% wrong too. That's not how you talk to people. And you was very, very, very disrespectful. You have to do better. You have to do better. Because see, that situation right there, it could have ended your life. Plus, let's be honest. This is what Gilly and I'm talking about. Are you a civilian or are you trying to be a gangster? Because you wasn't even prepared for this situation. You thought you could just talk to her any type of way like it wasn't no consequences and she put out that blicky on you. So let's think about it. I never seen you act like that in person with no men. This is why I say like he's got this shit from 6ix9ine. Because before 6ix9ine, have we ever seen Akademiks talk like that to people? 6ix9ine, people are trying to follow the formula of 6ix9ine. That you can be controversial, you can be disrespectful, you can be loud. You can tell people they're not tough. I think that he really influenced you. And you're like 7 years, 6 years older than him. You're 30 years old. Conduct your business. You over here, you're talking tough. When Vic Mensa was on Everyday Struggle and he called you a bitch, did you do anything? When Joe Budden was about to get attacked by the Migos, when you was biting your nails and your hands were shaking and all that, was you doing that? So come on, bro. Stop acting like you about that. You're that guy. You're not. This is exactly what my son said on the phone with you on Gilly and Wallow podcast, bro. He told you, like, stop talking like you're cut from that cloth. You're not. You're a civilian. As a civilian, you don't antagonize situations. If you got to defend yourself, that's what you do. But you antagonize yourself. And then every time that you get out of pocket, you try to say, it's just my passion. That's not your passion. That's you being an idiot. You're being idiotic. You're a grown man. You should not be acting like that. Right? And if that's what the liquor does to you, maybe you should calm down on that too. If it's going to turn you into a super thug, that could have ended your life. You could have been dead right now. That could have been really bad. You really need to be thanking God that Shawty didn't pull that trigger. Because she was drunk and she was out of control. And we know when women get drunk and out of control and you speaking on her kid, that's one thing I could say. Don't be disrespectful. People are sensitive about their kids. You don't have kids. I have kids. I know you say something that I remotely may think is wrong about my kids, I'm ready to beat a person's ass. Don't talk about somebody's kids. I'm not excusing her behavior. She took it too far. But what I'm saying is, you asked for that. You asked for it. Your job is to make it home safe. And that's not what you're doing. And you don't use it. And first of all, you should never be using that type of energy with no woman. Talking about you could turn her into a pack. You're not a gangster, bro. You talking about your security. Do you honestly think that your security is going to risk their life for you? Let's be honest. Just because you pay them a service versus shawty that's willing to risk it all, who you think going to pop off first? Security going to take care of you, but if it come down to that shit where it's like, yo, listen, that nigga's on his own, they'll do that, bro. Come on, man. You think a motherfucker gonna sit there and just rely on somebody? You ain't got no blick. You in Florida? I'm in Georgia, where we got the same fucking laws. I ain't trusting nobody with no gun before I got the gun on me. Nigga, you should have had you a gun on you as soon as you stepped in Florida, but you not cut from that cloth. That's the point. Be mature. Be grown. Make wise decisions. If liquor does that to you, you either need to cut down on how much you intake or you need to stop it all. You need to stop it for sure. Be a grown man. Be responsible. It is what it is. Hey, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think he was out of pocket? Do y'all think that he handled the situation the right way? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Hey, subscribe to that Facts and Cap podcast. Y'all see it up top right there. Yeah, y'all see it. Hey, subscribe to the Facts and Cap podcast. Hey, listen, man. Hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell at the right top corner. And we out, baby. Bloop!
Subscribe for the channel.